When I first got my 13.3-inch MacBook Air, I noticed that when I was in a full-screen app like Safari that had a white background, it was slightly darker at the bottom, a sort of shadow. Now, the computer that I had before this was a 13.3-inch MacBook Pro 2011, and it didn't show this. Anyway, before I sent the unit back because I thought it was some sort of problem with it, I went on the internet and researched this. There's actually quite a lot on the internet about this, and it's actually very common for all Airs to have this. I think every single MacBook Air since 2010 up till now has this. It's to do with the thinness of the display and the backlighting not being as good as it is, say, in the Pro's display, plus the viewing angles which aren't quite as good, and the fact that it has a sort of black line running around the outside of the screen, which reflects off of the silver bezel, and this kind of creates a sort of grey line running around, sort of just on sort of a couple of millimeters around the screen, and you can actually see this on iPod Touches and iPhones and iPads that are white compared to the black ones. Anyway, it's not anything wrong with the display, it's just the way the computer is. For some reason, though, some seem to exhibit it worse than others. As I said, some people have been into loads of different Apple stores and all the Airs have it. People have owned multiple Airs and all of them seem to have it. I actually went into my local Apple store and the Air on display there, the two 13.3-inch and two 11-inches all had it. So it's perfectly normal. It annoyed me a bit at first, I'm not too bothered about it now. But to check it yourself, go onto an app like Safari and look at it in full screen with like a white background. So like the Google homepage where it's mostly white. Tilt the screen towards you and you'll see at the bottom there's sort of a dark shadow sort of thing. And if you can see it, just comment down below that you can see it. Apple don't really acknowledge it, but I don't know, some people are really annoyed, some people aren't that much, but most people in general just don't notice it, or if they do notice it, they just think, oh, that's the way the Airs are. If you click on About This Mac, actually you can see it on the picture that they have up there of the Air. The next thing I had was audio. Now, when you listen to audio at full volume, if not a couple of bars under on the MacBook Air, it sometimes buzzes a little bit on certain frequencies and crackles a tiny bit. Again, I thought this was something wrong with the speakers, but it's not. What it is the MacBook Air's actually got really good speakers considering how thin it is, and when you have really good speakers inside a really thin unit playing really loud, they make the whole unit sort of, you can feel the sound through the computer, it sort of makes it vibrate. And this actually makes the keys vibrate, and that's the noise that you get. Now, I found that on my MacBook Air, if I hold my hand over the caps lock shift key on the left hand side, and tab, it stops. You don't get the buzzing noise. So it's obviously those keys that are vibrating and making this noise. It's like the screen gradient thing at the bottom. If you get an Air, it will probably have this. If you like listening to audio really loud through your computer, remember that it will probably more than likely do this. I have actually tried this out on a display one in my local Apple store, and they do this. The way I solved it is by getting a keyboard cover, put that over it, and the keys won't vibrate and you won't get this noise. Anyway, you can hear this on a video called Saint Saviour, Some Things Change, from 140 to 160. That's a song, just search that on YouTube. You can also hear it on a video called Installing Programs on Your MacBook Air. It's by a guy called butterscotch.com. So that's Saint Saviour, Some Things Change, 140 seconds to 160. I'll provide links to them down below, and if you can hear it at full, if not just under full volume, comment down below and say that you can hear it. Anyway, thank you for watching. It'd be really good if we can just get some comments down below of people who, if you've gone and looked at those videos and had the audio problem, it's not as well documented as you can see on the internet as the screen gradient problem that they all seem to have the shadow at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, that's it really. Nothing much more to say.